Brand new data from Redfin shows a significant spike in inventory and price cuts this spring, hinting at a potential surprise for the 2024 US real estate market. According to Redfin, the median sale price of a single-family home in the United States has reached an all-time high. Their latest report indicates that a typical buyer is now paying $433,500. This is a 75% increase from prices in 2017, highlighting the dramatic run housing has been on over the past 7 years. According to a lot of experts, because of these recent inventory developments, we could see these record-high prices drop off a cliff in certain areas around the United States. Before I get into it, one thing you have to understand about housing costs is that it usually comes down to one thing: inventory. While many were quick to speculate on a coming crash in recent years, myself included, one clear variable that was missing was the supply. In theory, you simply cannot have a housing crash without an abundance of houses. If inventory is tight as it has been over the past few years, nothing else really matters. You cannot achieve downward pressure on prices without a normalization of inventory levels. So what do these levels say today? Well, things are changing rapidly, and it's making a lot of people worried. According to data gathered by Altos Research, today we have 506,000 homes available for purchase across the U.S. This is a 32% increase when compared to the same time last year. And when compared to the pandemic globe, it's right around 132%. Essentially, these lines represent the levels of supply year by year, and as you can tell, we've chipped away at the shortage and are now just 219,000 homes away from the pre-pandemic 2019 levels. For housing to experience any sort of substantial shift or crash, you would need these lines to be above the ones you see on top right here, and based on the pace of increase over the last few years. This is going to take quite a long time, years. But before you dismiss this video and call me a permeable who refuses to acknowledge the sheer absurdity of this market, there is an aspect on all of this. There are areas where the supply levels differ heavily than what is shown in the chart here. These are cities where there is a massive difference between the national stats and what is happening on the ground there. One such city is Austin, Texas. The housing crash here started years ago. According to Zillow, home prices peaked in June 2022 and have been dropping since. From the peak to the day, the typical single-family home price has fallen 17%, and the trend suggests it will continue to decline. This drop was driven by inventory. As we mentioned, inventory tells the tale. This graph of Austin's inventory data from Realtor.com shows that when inventory spiked to 8,000, reaching pre-pandemic levels, prices decrease. This is no coincidence and further proof that inventory tells the tale. When we see massive movements in the number of homes actively for sale, what tends to follow is the start of price declines. In fact, the situation in Austin is probably getting much worse. If you read Lance Lambert's newest article, you can see that in April 2024, which is the newest data we have, Austin's inventory spiked 30% year over year to 10,000 homes. This would make Austin's inventory at levels higher than what this chart even goes back to. So, this proves that although the national stats still show a tight market in some spots, this couldn't be further from the truth. Redfin CEO Glenn Kelman is well aware of this fact, and he recently went on CNBC to discuss this very problem. His words serve as a reminder that things can change overnight. Keep in mind that when we discuss these price changes in inventory levels, TV and internet pundits usually refer to national statistics. Nationally, we're still in a tight market, as I mentioned at the start of the video. Although national inventory levels are rising, it will take at least 2 more years to approach pre-2020 levels. Cities like Austin can differ from these national averages, but the situation can be even more complex. Thanks for watching.